Today's Friday, it's the 15th of November 2024, and we're just outside the Portopee shopping centre, and we're travelling towards the east now along the Paseo Marítimo just to have a look to see what's going on here. We did try to come down earlier on in the week, but it was not possible to park, and as you'll see in a moment, there simply is no parking, and we can't actually walk along there. So what we've got on the right hand side here is the ferry terminal, where we have the ferries that take us to the mainland and also where the cruise ships come in. And as we just go around the bend here, we have the turn off to the right that takes you to the ferry terminal, and this is where the work starts. So what we're just going on to now is the new road, and so this is what it's going to be like when it's all finished. But on the right hand side you can now see that there's work well underway. The left hand side, that's almost finished, and the road we're driving along is almost finished. We've got yellow markings which indicates they're only temporary. I must say, as I was driving along, it did feel quite narrow. It's not intended for heavy vehicles. Recently heavy vehicles have not been allowed to drive along the Paseo Marítimo anyway, so it's meant for light vehicles, cars and delivery vans, but not the big lorries that would normally be going across there in years gone by. And now on the right hand side you can see what's happened. This goes right up to the wall which is bordering the marina there, so there is no pedestrian walkway on the right hand side at all. You can walk on the left hand side by Can Barbara, but not on the right hand side. And you might get a feel now as we just drive along just how narrow it does feel. The speed limit along here is 30 kilometers per hour, and I tried to stick exactly to 30 kilometers per hour, and so you can actually see what's going on. There's quite a few workmen on this section. There's some heavy machinery that's doing some lifting work and some digging work, and there's lots of speed bumps as we go along. So here it looks as though they were actually going to remove one of the lampposts there. They've put lots of new lighting in all along the Paseo Marítimo, so on the parts that are completed on the left hand side you can see that we do have some new lighting system. These are all LED lighting efficient, and they should do a good job, I think. Trees are being protected on both sides, and Anita was pointing out to me that there's lots of new trees gone in. So on the left you've got some in the middle of the road you've got the palm trees, and some trees between the palm trees which we couldn't actually work out what they were. Perhaps try and find out later on what they are. But on the right hand side, the trees that are already there, they've been protected. It looks as though they're putting some infrastructure in. I guess that's mostly drainage, because the other things have gone on the land side. But all of the promenade here has been dug up, and there's nowhere for us to walk. It also means that all of the parking along there has now gone for the moment, and so it was just impossible to park when we went down a few days earlier. So we're actually driving from east to west, and you can see blue skies. After all of the rain and wind that we've had, it seemed to have settled down a little bit. Just coming up on the left is the bridge, which is still there. That went to the swimming pool, which has gone completely. There's no swimming pool, there's no club, but there's still a bridge. That bridge is yet to be removed. Just passing Leo's. And here we've got some more established trees in the middle. I think it's going to look really nice when it's all finished, and hopefully by next summer all of this will be behind us, and we'll have a lovely promenade to walk along. Just on the left here, there's the rotary memorial there. Not sure whether that's still in its original position or whether it's been moved, but there's always been one there as long as I can remember. There are still bus stops, so we've just gone past the bus stop there along the Paseo Marítimo on this right hand side, and well, you can see it's very narrow for the buses, which is probably one of the biggest vehicles that are allowed to regularly drive along here. I'm guessing there will have to be some bigger vehicles occasionally that have to come along. They'll have to have special permission. Another reason for coming today was to go to the auditorium. That's on the left hand side. There is a car park on the right hand side, but that's inaccessible at the moment as well, so all of the parking on the right hand side, on the seaside, has gone, even the car park. So my intention here is to drive all the way to the end of the work, which is more or less, well, it seems as though there's work going on all the way to the cathedral now, and then we'll turn around and we'll go back and have a look at it from the other direction. Just getting past the Hotel Costa Azul. This is the bridge that goes over the torrent, and couldn't actually see whether there was any water in it or not as we go over now. But on the right hand side we've got the Can Blanc, and Anita said, how are people going to get there? Well, we didn't really know, but there's quite a few people there. There's the crossing here, and so there were actually quite a few people going across and having a drink there in the Can Blanc. And now we're on the old part of the road, which is still open. You can see just on the left they've not quite got the new part ready yet, but I'm guessing all of that will change over in the next few days or weeks, and then this part of the road will be dug up. Now we're just putting the lines in, so they are getting that ready. And now we come to more or less what would have been the end of the works, but there still seem to be things going on even as we drove a little bit further along. The speed limit now goes up to 50, so go a little bit faster, and then I'll do a quick turnaround and we'll come back. See the Christmas lights, they're all getting ready for, well, I suppose the end of the week they'll be switching on. I'm not sure whether we're going to get to see the lights before we go away. Hopefully we will. So this is where I turn around and head back. So we'll be travelling from west to east. We've got the cathedral now in front of us. Having all the roadworks there has meant that there hasn't been so much traffic, I don't think. Certainly when I've done these drives, there's not been too much traffic on the Paseo Marítimo. I think people just don't want to drive down there anymore. And this is around about midday, and in the past it would still be quite busy along here. So there's still a lot of businesses down there, and well, you've got all the boats that have the people going to attend to them. We're just getting to the part now where the work starts again. So we can see the yellow lines appearing on the road, and we get back down to a 30 km/h speed limit. They have started to put some more traffic speed cameras up on the Paseo Marítimo, so if you're driving along there, just be careful. I mean, cars are whizzing past me and I'm driving at the 30 km/h speed limit, but a bit further behind us now there are some speed cameras, and they're checking speeds. The government have decided that they're going to actually use this as a way of raising funds, a way of taxing. And they intend to raise 4 million euros next year, 4 million extra euros from fines. And they're actually saying that. To me, that seems wrong, that they should be using motorists as a way of collecting extra taxes. So they're intending to, they say they're going to raise 90,000 euros every day from fines. So one of the reasons we were coming in, not just to make this video, though that was my primary objective, Anita wanted to come in to get some tickets from the auditorium. So we're looking out at the moment on the right hand side for somewhere to pull in, and yeah, there are actually parking spaces, or at least temporary parking spaces, that we could use while Anita nips into the auditorium to get the tickets for a concert next April. So we're looking quite far into the future. And it's John Bishop, the Liverpudlian comedian, is coming to the island and has a concert here in Palma at the Palma Auditorium, which is the building right in front of us. So I was just looking out for a parking space, and there's one. So I just pull in there, and then Anita can jump out and go and buy the tickets. So I've cut that little bit out of the video, and Anita did get the tickets for the auditorium, so we'll be going there next April to see John Bishop. So now getting back to the Paseo Marítimo, and this part on the right hand side is more or less finished. There's some just little cosmetic things to do, but more or less all along the right hand side is finished. So the work is concentrated now on the left, the centre, and on the seaside. There is a little bit of parking on the right, but not very much. And a lot of that you can see has got the yellow zigzag lines, so they're temporary parking spaces anyway, where you can come in and drop off things. So not a lot of parking at all on the Paseo Marítimo at the moment. One of the big jobs that has to be done is to sort out this bridge. And and I keep expecting to see it gone, and every time we come so far it's still there. The building to the right is actually a listed building. I'm not sure whether the bridge is listed, but it can't stay there. It has got to go. It just goes to nothing. The people who live in the building that it's attached to want to build their own swimming pool, and so that's still up in the air. Not literally. But I think when it's all completed, it's really going to be quite a pleasant space to walk along. We've always liked walking along the Paseo Marítimo, looking at the boats, calling in one or two of the bars on the way. And I think that's going to be a really pleasant experience from next year. But still a lot of work, and anyone who's coming over the next few weeks to Mallorca and particularly to Palma and planning to wander along the Paseo Marítimo, I don't think it's going to happen at the moment. And the empty road in front of me just shows how few cars are using this road midday on a Friday when you'd expect it to be quite busy. And again here you can see they built the sides up a little bit. It just feels a little bit narrow as you're driving along, and I'm in a car. Probably in a bus or a delivery van, it might feel very narrow. This is Can Barbara. On the left hand side now, it's Club de Mar, and you can see the cranes there, the workers continuing there, and hopefully they'll be all finished at the same time as the Paseo Marítimo. I haven't seen anything which says when that work is scheduled to finish, but they are making good progress. You can see the buildings are more or less complete. They even have glass in them now, so that's making good progress. Lots of work on both sides of the road here. And this was very narrow in places. So the other reason for coming this way as well is to call into the Portopee shopping centre. Anita wanted to get a few things, so that's where we'll finish this video. And that's the ferry terminal there to the front and to the left, and the lighthouse. Just coming up now on the right hand side, we'll be coming around the bend to the Portopee shopping centre, and that'll be us going off to do our shopping and then off home. So I hope you found this interesting, and thanks very much for watching. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. And here we are. So bye for now, and see you next time.